What's up, everybody? It's Sherry, and we're going to be doing the official Ember Spotlight video today. And it's been quite some time since the initial reveal trailer, a couple weeks, I think. But it's finally here. We're able to watch the official Spotlight showing off all of our moves, and we don't have to guess anymore. We don't have to figure it out. It's here, and so I'm really hyped to see it. So here we go.
Hi everyone, it's Jacob Alfred, and who's ready to rock out in the afterlife with Ember McLean, the
Oh, her animations look so good. And also, shouts to Alfred. Of course, Alfred is the one voicing this over, so that's always cool to have somebody as big as him, like, talking about this game.
newest representative of the Danny Phantom universe, joining.
And that must have been, like, her down charge, her air down charge, or her chair. What are we calling these things again? I've heard there's lingo being thrown around, like sea dare, or like chair dare, or something like that, instead of like charged aerial, or chowder. We're just going with chowder now, you know. But how about this? Let's just call them like, oh, I don't know. Let's just call them sea dare. I'm gonna call it sea dare because I think that just is catchy. So that was a good sea dare.
Us in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2.
Oh, that was a nice little transition here. And so she has this like music
2.
like thing into this very nice transition.
Ember is an all-rounder with solid range thanks to an array of far-reaching gas and guitar.
Those are some cool moves. I can't tell if this is supposed to be a charged move or if it's just like a forward light or what. But the way she's swinging that guitar, it feels like it's a charge, you know. She seems to have a lot of weight behind it. You can actually feel the impact, you know. Like, we haven't seen it hit anybody yet, but it still feels like it's probably pretty strong.
Far-reaching gas and guitar and macabre music-based attacks.
Turkey.
Anytime you land a hit with one of those attacks, Ember.
Also, at the bottom of the screen, you can see the updated renders once again. We saw Patrick's last time, I believe. But this time it looks like they also have embers on show as well as a meter, so that's pretty interesting.
Unique cheer meter will fill up slightly, and once full, each of her special moves gain some additional power. With that being mentioned, it makes sense to go over what each of those special attacks are. For her up special, Ember rides her guitar into the sky, dragging opponents with her until the final finishing hit.
Let's see that again. That was interesting. It's like a multi-hit kind of drag move. Like it just drags you upward, I guess. But we haven't really ever seen. I've seen like similar moves to this, but never the way this one kind of functions. Like a couple examples I can think of are like Me Brawler's like helicopter kick, whatever the heck that hurricane kick, and then DK's up special. But these don't really. This does not function like either
Ember
of those.
rides her guitar into the sky, dragging
Like this does not function like any of those moves I've ever seen. So this is like really cool.
opponents with her until the final.
Like differentiate. What am I even saying? Different type of move, you know.
Finishing hits. Her side special, Arpeggio, has 4 total hits, but can be canceled at any time.
That seems pretty crazy. A cancelable move with 4 types of hits. That should be pretty easy to hit people with that ledge, I'd imagine, if the hitbox extends that low. But I imagine also like you could just chuck this out like, I don't know, like on a platform or like on block and then slime cancel it for the extra like lag so that they'll be in block, but then you also could like fake that out and not waste a meter, maybe. I don't know. Like, I imagine with like parrying and such, it should probably be pretty easy to get out of, but we'll see.
When her cheer meter is full, this move will instead release a powerful blast all at once. Then there's Ghost Power Chord, her neutral special, which.
So that's like a really simple looking projectile, like, and not in a bad way. It's just that's good. There's not like too many characters in this game, like compared to like Jimmy, who's very complex looking, Donatello, who's been said to be very complex and very like not high skill necessarily, but just very deep. Like then you don't have too many like just characters with like simple like, oh, this is what it does, it goes forward and it hits you. It's like SpongeBob, you know, he's a very simple, straightforward character, and we need more of those, I think, in NASB because we have characters like Plankton, who are like this crazy like mix of multiple types of move sets, you know, and like being a zoner hybrid. And you have this character who has these giant disjoints and some just very straightforward. The projectiles go forward and they hit you type of characters. So that's a very good like diverse cast with also like the tried and true, okay, this is what this character will do type of moveset.
Which is a great projectile to throw out in hopes of starting a combo simply by controlling some space. The slime version of this move is much larger, while the cheer version moves faster and hits harder. Finally, Ember's down special, Jam Sessions. This move stuns opponents with her hypnotic tunes.
So this is like a disable type move or a stun lock type of move. So pretty much where you stand, as long as you're within range, when she hits that move, you get stunned in place. And honestly, that's pretty crazy because she can act out of it and punish you. So I'd imagine at kill percent, that's going to be something you'll be seeing a lot of people attempt early on. People will say, oh, well, I'll just fake out, maybe dash in, dash out, wave dash in, or something like that. Like maybe jab you and then slime cancel into this for a kill confirm. Honestly, slime canceling into this might be the wave. Whatever it is, you got to hit. And then all of a sudden you're slime canceling, you get a free kill at kill percent because they're stunned. That might be the wave. That might be her meta already.
Is a great way to set up into one of her powerful strong attacks of hits.
That was an interesting diagonal shot projectile. That looked really cool. I wonder if that's her neutral special. Can you angle it in the air? Or maybe it always shoots diagonal in the air.
The extra range and bag of tricks Ember gets from her musical skills and assets allows her to play at a slightly farther range than most characters.
And she has the funny neutral air or something like that. That multi-hit type of move. So that was really cool to see. So she has kind of like that Byleth Palutena. Like, who else has that? There's like a Rivals character that I'm thinking of. Maybe Clarin is who I'm thinking of. I don't know. But somebody has like that spinny, like multi-hit nair. Shredder, not Rivals. Nesby. But yeah.
And a spike at the tip of her forward air is a nice...
A spike at the tip of her forward air. Where have we seen that before? Think about your Smash characters and let me know what you think in the comments section below.
Reward for being consistent with your spacing. She has a strong, consistent combo game on top of that as well. Her light up air is a fantastic combo starter and juggle tool. And with good use of slime canceling and slime dashing, Ember can pump out posthumous hit after...
So this is actually a character that benefits from slime dashing, which don't be confused with air dashing, because that's a whole separate mechanic. This is using your slime meters to actually move faster, like without the invulnerability that you get from air dashing. And so when you air dash, you still have invulnerability and you move a bit slower. But when you slime dash, as they're calling it, what will happen is you'll actually move way farther, much faster, and without invulnerability. So it's an aggressive option that is intended for you to be using it aggressively to connect hits.
Hit. Other moves in Ember's kit with some interesting properties include her charged aerial up attack.
So that's her charged up air,
which has a stronger finisher and ends earlier if you press the attack button again.
Interesting. That's interesting. So pretty much you can throw it out, it'll hit, but you have to hit it again in order for it to actually deal like the finishing blow. So that's really interesting.
Charge down attack, September Rain, launches a power...
That's interesting. So her charged attack is that downward projectile we saw earlier in the video. I was curious about that. Thought it was just a neutral special, but instead of it being like a more like advanced projectile where you have the option, to do that, it's actually just a charge move. So a very different type of character, because a lot of characters we've seen so far, all of their charge attacks are still physical options that they have to hit you with. Whereas this is not that at all. This character has a whole like set of extra specials in a sense with her charged moves.
Powerful ghostly rip. Altogether, Ember has an easy to understand game plan and strong tools for just about any matchup. If you love satisfying rhythmic combos and that feeling you get when you space your attacks just right, then definitely try out Ember in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2.
And here's her final splat. As well as, I have to say, I think this character is going to be really good. So I'll talk about that more in a second.
Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more character spotlights.
And this is where I'll talk about. So one thing that I'll show off here is I always like to collect some like extra info, for you guys. So Nate Pingle, follow them on Twitter. They're a pretty epic gamer, I should say. They always collect some extra info on the characters through like just means of asking the beta testers and such, and I always try to save some of the stuff and share it when it's relevant. But Ember, so here's some stats for you. Ember, her hair has a hurt box. So just because she has all of that insane like abilities and all of that like crazy easy to use combo game and such, she also has a large hair box. So she's not just going to be this little skinny character where, oh, she's like just tall, but she's not wide. She has that giant big hair, Look at her. Look how big that hair is on her head. Like, she's gonna get hit a lot. She's not gonna just fall off combos just because she's skinny, because her head is big. Her EX down throw special stuns longer, and cheer goes through block. That seems really broken. That would be like a stun move, shield poking in other games, or like that just negates the block part of like that situation. So you can literally just go through block. That's crazy. That feels like it's gonna get patched out in my opinion, because that seems like a really strong option. Back throw is her kill throw. So on top of having a close range option that you can stun that goes through shield, you can 50-50 that by, oh, I'm going to either go for that move, or I'm just going to straight up grab you, or I'm going to do something completely different, you know, and you can kill still. Down throws, down special only stuns on the ground, so you can't, so that's interesting. So instead of holding shield against it and getting grabbed or stunned, you would jump, and if you get hit by it, then you're safe. Just like disable for Mewtwo's move, and I think other items and such in Smash Brothers, for instance. Cheer is automatically used at a full bar unless you slime, in which case the EX version is used instead. So the moment her cheer gets to the fullest amount, it has to be used. That's interesting. Here's some general mechanics for you. The damage knockback boost of EX Strongs in general is a universal modifier. So like potentially like a 25% boost or something like that. They didn't give a specific number because I'm sure that's still being determined. The low knockback hits give grounded hit stun. Not every move forces techs like in Nazboin. So for instance, jabs aren't going to be insane where, oh, you sandy jab me, and I go crazy into the tumble, and then I have to tech, and then I get like, you know, that's just not going to happen. Jabs will just push you backward, or you just get put in hit stun and you don't move anywhere necessarily. The attack priority system is now based on damage rather than Strongs always beating lights. That's good, I think. It'll provide some more depth to the game, as well as like you're not gonna have the situations in the first game where multi-hits just are insanely crazy and Strongs are just better, you know. Because they just always beat it out, you know. So here's another thing. Clicking the analog stick, pushing it in, can be mapped to an input. A lot of people have said that they binded that to taunt, from what I've heard. D-pad can be mapped to any two inputs. So you can bind D-pad to be tech, or tech shield. You could have it be taunt. You could have it be attack, whatever. Reflex don't empower projectiles. So when you punch them back, they don't actually, or like when you do like a normal thing, you know, like with a reflector to reflect it projectile, it will just bounce it back. It won't make it faster or stronger. Traditional Dacus dash attack cancel up smash or strong / charge. I guess it's Dakuk, or Dakyuk, will be in. Some rapid jabs can be held indefinitely, so you can just jab away. Kamikaze grabs now kill the user first, so instead of Patrick Hogdriver being a move that trades the stocks but you win as Patrick, you actually will lose now if you try to suicide with Patrick or other characters like Plankton. Command grabs can't be slime canceled, which we already kind of knew, but that wasn't something that I believe was like general, like all known knowledge. But other than that, that's about it for this video. Tonight at 6 p.m. Central, there will be a Chum and Go 17 with Sandy Band for the last week in a row. So if you're interested in entering a Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl tournament that has Sandy Band, or just you're interested in joining a tournament tonight, that's what's going on. All platforms at 6 p.m. Central. If you liked this video, make sure to do so by giving me a like to show that you care and that you like this video, as well as if you're hyped for Ember. If you're interested in Ember, or you have any questions, let me know. And if there are any references and stuff that you think would be cool on Ember, also let me know what types of stuff like that you'd like to see in the comment section below. I'm Cherry, and it's been nice talking to you. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you later.